Welcome back to Full Beans. Today we are talking about Tony Kanaan into Hall of Fame, Feisty Ferrucci, and Indy Grooves into Motown. Full Beans.
Race 7, a week's worth of races. Connor Daly's in here. We're going to keep on trying. I don't know, Ozzy, you got anything to add?
No, we want you here, Connor Daly.
In the small, stinky room.
As we said before, you're very knowledgeable, know a lot about racing, have very good points to make Indy improve. Just like us, we want to see Indy go forward. So that's why we want to have you here. And with that,
moving on to the race, the news.
My name is Ozzy. This is David. Frankie over there in the corner.
Hello.
Make sure you like, subscribe.
Turn on that bell notification.
With that being said, we take care of business on that end. We get on to the news of this week. This one is a special one for Mr. Tony, inducted into the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Hall of Fame. Give him a congratulations.
Nice little round of applause.
A true legend in the sport. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum announced the class of 2024 for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Hall of Fame, comprising of Tony Kanaan, Juan Pablo Montoya, who is also a legend in the sport. They will be comprising. There you go.
Comprising.
They will be celebrated at an induction ceremony in May, which already happened. Kanaan is if you don't know who he is, a Brazilian. Had a successful career in the IndyCar racing series, winning 17 races. Winning IndyCar championship in 2004. And, of course, like we just saw last week, winning the Indy 500 in 2013. So, decorated racing driver. Good to see he's getting the recognition that he deserves.
I just saw a post of him talking about Senna helping him out on his racing career.
I did see that too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so going back, to Senna helping out a lot of drivers. Something about Tony is his dad was a big influence on him. And I'm pretty sure for a lot of people, like everybody's dad means a lot to them, right? And they always want to make their dad proud. And I know that's especially difficult to make your dad proud.
Or at least to get them to say that they're proud.
Yeah, to at least
they
get
could be proud, but them to actually verbalize the words,
yeah,
I'm proud of you.
Verstappen can really atone to that.
Yeah. I think it's easier for them. They try to hold it in as much, like the emotion, but once they let it all out, they can't hold it in anymore. You can see they are proud of you.
Although we do see Checo's dad showing his emotions.
What kind of thing is that, dude?
You see him? That's not what I'm used to.
I know, seriously, huh? So, his dad was very influential on him. He told his dad that he wanted to win the Indy 500, and he accomplished that goal. So it was very emotional when he won that 2013 Indy 500. Congrats to Tony. That's everything I got for him.
I saw him last year at the Long Beach Grand Prix walking around. And
we saw him this year, too.
We did?
Yeah, remember we were walking the convention. He was signing the little forms.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we saw him there too. But
he looks like a man of the people.
Yeah, he does.
Although I don't think too many people recognize him. Even though
they
probably recognize his name, but I guess you're not used to seeing the racers.
Yeah,
their faces. I guess you see their helmets and things like that.
Yeah, I think
it's man of the people. Congratulations, Tony.
Yeah, congratulations, Juan Pablo Montoya. I mean, pretty sure a lot of people F1 people know who that is.
JPM.
So, yeah. Eventually,
also Juan Pablo also went in this year.
Yeah, this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
that's another big name.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in the future. He'll come up eventually again. He's been in the F1 world. He's been IndyCar. So he'll come up again. Today is Tony's day, so we'll give this little segment for Tony. Now we're moving on to the race. Not the race, but
I mean, I guess pre-race.
Pre-race, exactly.
Starting in the pre-race, we got Santino Ferrucci being a bit of a headline grabber recently with his run-ins with the other fighters. Well, might as well be
I know,
the other
dude.
racers. Looks like we're gonna. I mean, it's bubbling. It's bubbling to some sort of NASCAR,
It's brewing, man.
and I'm here for it. I think maybe we should come up with a new segment, Beef Street, and we just break down the butcher. We can call it the butcher. I don't know. We gotta comment your idea for a segment where we only talk about beef.
We only talk about
Because
beef, yeah.
it's looking like Santino Ferrucci is just he's going. You're gonna get the fist. You're gonna get the fist.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the fist. You're gonna get the fist.
Gee, I didn't do anything.
But he looks like he's. It's. I mean, it makes entertaining news.
Yeah, so yeah, Santino Ferrucci, we have him right here. What's it called? Has had drama with a few drivers. What's it called? A few weeks ago, before the Indy 500, Roman Grosjean. This week, Colton Herta, New Garden, and the one that probably took the headlines away, Kyle Kirkwood, with the little shove action right?
There was some shove action.
Yeah, so
Fisticuffs are next.
he's a little firecracker, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it, dude. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. I mean, at the end of the day, if it gets solved and it's just over some competitiveness, if no one gets hurt, right? There's nothing cancelable being said. I think it should be. It brings more eyes to the sport, and it's just it brings drama. Everybody likes drama, right? Everybody likes drama. So
I agree with you. I think because, like we were saying, maybe we pull some F1 fans some way. Maybe this is a way we pull some NASCAR fans, you know, with the 500 being such a big thing, with Kyle partaking, with now seeing off-track drama. There's a lot of off-track drama in NASCAR, part of the entertainment, part of that like WWE style, like off the event drama. There's side drama, and it's I'm here for it.
yeah, exactly.
I'm here for it. Beef Street, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I guess we will continue seeing this saga unfold. Dude, they were pissed this week with this guy.
Yeah,
I
they
guess
weren't
though
having it.
I saw Santino was saying that him and Kyle have squashed the beef. I guess for now that they've known each other so long.
Yeah,
that
for a
it's
while.
Like, it's not like they're gonna be ruining the friendship over it. But I mean,
It's like his. I guess like it's his boy, right? So I mean, if something like obviously when you're in a sport and you have your boy with you there, and something happens between you two, like it's just. It's
I mean,
not,
I would run your ass off the track,
I would too.
and then
I'll
afterwards
run your ass.
we would.
I'll run
still
your
give
ass
him a
off the
kiss
bay,
after.
dude.
And then afterwards,
Okay.
we'd end up at In-N-Out or something.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But on track, I'd be running your ass off the track.
all man for themselves. So.
All is fair, I guess, in love, war, and IndyCar.
Yeah, so what's it called? Like you said, it'll be interesting to see if we can bring that NASCAR base, because NASCAR gets crazy with the fists. They don't hold anything back. It's all emotion there.
I thought it was a little bit. I felt like there should have been more than that, like little shove.
I know, right?
I thought. I guess they can't give it to us all yet. You know.
Yeah.
They gotta let it bubble.
You know what's impressing me about Ferrucci though is that yeah, he's like a little feisty and stuff, but he's competitive and sometimes he does pretty good, dude.
Which makes you think if he was to concentrate on racing, maybe he could be, you know, doing better, placing better, finishing better.
Yeah, controlling
because
his emotions.
this race, Frankie, where did he finish?
I think he finished like towards the bottom or something. But also, I mean,
No,
on
go to the results.
on this race, what's it called? The Detroit race. It's a really narrow
look.
track.
He finished 9th, dude.
Oh, there you go, dude.
9th with a drive-through penalty from like the first 10 laps that he had an incident in.
Yeah,
or
with Hello Castroneves. So
pretty impressive.
yeah, he has some pace, dude. So
Last week he looked pretty good at the Indy 500.
I think he finished
I think top 10.
yeah, something like that. So
But I mean, so do I want to see him concentrate on racing? Not really.
not as a viewer's point,
I mean,
right?
not from. I mean, I like this off-track drama.
Yeah, so
I like this off-track drama. Oh, double ninth place finishes.
8th place.
8th place? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm
8th place,
dyslexic.
So yeah, what's it called? As a viewer point now, we want to see him still be feisty.
I want to see the fight. You know, I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see. Maybe at the end of the season, we get an extra week, and that extra week is going to be a rumble.
Should be like a demolition derby or something.
Oh,
like
there
that,
it
you know?
is. There it is.
What if Ferrucci starts recruiting drivers? Hey, dude, like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Now we got some team versus team.
Now we got to continue the Indy race. Maybe it's a new series, whatever it is. The Full Beans Demo Derby.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll sponsor it.
Everything gets squashed there. Everybody leaves shaking hands, friends. You know, leave it all on that table, all on that dirt track or whatever. Demolition Derby at the end. So just save it towards the end. Who knows? Might be a great idea. Might be a bad idea. But stay tuned to make sure.
We'll
see if it happens. With that, I guess we're moving on to the Detroit Grand Prix, the Motor City. I think it was really cool where they set up the pit lane. It was a little different.
The pit lane was interesting. The split lane, pit lane.
Yeah, obviously they're lacking in space right there of real estate, but it's cool to see how we can see those two towers. Right, not two towers. Well, the three towers in the background,
like the buildings, the skyscrapers.
Yeah. So, if you don't know, if any European fans out there that are watching us, Detroit used to be the Motor City where all the cars used to get built. I don't think anything gets built there anymore.
I think there's some plants still there. Not a lot.
Yeah.
There's some stuff.
Not like before though.
How much do you think? I was gonna look this up. I don't know if I never did. What do you think Chevy paid for the rights to call it the Chevy, Grand Prix? Because they're all there.
Yeah.
All the guys. Why? What do you think they outbid Ford? Like,
I mean,
because it's Detroit, right? So it's like Motor City. It's all the big boys.
Yeah, it's
the
Ford,
Dodge brothers.
exactly.
Ford, GM, who owns Chevy.
I'm pretty sure they pay a lot, dude.
I think it's a pretty penny.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the other ones, like you just said, that have been like, hey, this is my city too, right? So they might have
like that, like what you were saying. What if there's a European watching, and he's like, oh, I guess Chevy's a big, part of Detroit.
Yeah.
And Ford's like, hey.
Exactly. And
because I think the Detroit Pistons, I believe, or no, it's the Lions. The Lions play in Ford Stadium.
Okay.
So.
And if we know about Ford and Henry Ford. And if you ever seen the movie Ford versus Ferrari, Ford is a very competitive team, personnel. Henry Ford is not going to, he wants to be on top.
Yeah.
So if you see, I'm pretty sure Chevy must have been paid a lot more for them to be in there. Obviously, they're a supplier of the
engines.
So they might have
had
a little leg up on there, right?
I wonder why Ford doesn't get in.
I don't know.
It'd be interesting. They were trying to get into F1.
It would be cool, huh? If we had if we had Ford engine, Chevy engine, and a
Dodge
engine,
it'd be super cool to see the three big names that as engine providers.
And then they all come together as the Avengers, enter with Andretti to F1, win the championship.
USA.
What the heck is a kilometer? Yeah. So what's it called?
Eagle Screech.
Yeah. What's it called? On to the race. As we know, where last week was the Indy 500, reeling in from the Indy 500 hangover, as they were saying on the commentaries. After a wild last lap finish, the teams now are facing to convert their cars from an oval track to from an oval track
possibly
to a street ready machine. So
the opposite points of the spectrum of in terms of tracks that we have on the calendar. You have an oval,
total full speed,
flat out,
no drag at all,
and then you go to this tight street race, 90-degree corners, one hairpin.
I thought Monaco was tough, but then I look at this track and I'm like, holy crap, dude!
I agree, super tight. And I don't know if it's the nature of Indy, but obviously we see way more passes, we see way more action. Mm-hmm. Action continued from the Indy 500 right into the beginning of this race.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought this race was going to be a little boring.
Yeah, me too.
I was proven wrong.
Because like you said, I thought there was going to be no passes.
Yeah.
I thought it was just going to be wherever you started, you were probably going to finish.
That was going to be a Monaco snooze fest without the prestige and the history of Monaco. Mm-hmm. Although
Detroit
town has its own prestige and history.
But what's it called? It was very opposite of that. Of a snooze fest.
We start off immediately caution.
Yeah.
Immediately a caution. we get like another 5 laps, another caution.
Yeah, exactly.
First 50 laps took forever.
So we had 8 cautions in this freaking
8
race.
total
dude.
cautions.
It found the race struggle to find its rhythm, disrupting nearly half of the 100 lap race that was on there, right? Creating a disjointed, chaotic
40% under caution.
yeah, under cautions, dude, which is crazy. And it was all that. I think it was turn 3.
It was turn 3, yeah.
It was all that freaking turn 3, I think most of it
was turn 3, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Everybody was just... They didn't underestimate the braking zone.
They were cooking that thing, dude. Just
dive
bombs after dive bombs.
Taking people out. Like
it was entertaining Curve 3. Round of applause for Curve 3.
Yeah,
giving us some action, giving us something to watch, dude. It was just, and then we had the drizzle.
Yeah.
We had some rain causing even more havoc and chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a race.
With those cautions coming up, question that I wanted to ask you, David, is there were so many cautions, which brings up the question, are the cautions worthy of being reconsidered or perhaps even changing? Because sometimes we would see a car that they would hit, but then they just needed to be backed up, pushed back, and then they could move forward, you know? Because I really thought, like, literally, like you said, like, they would start the lap and bam, caution. Then we would get 3, 4, 5 laps under caution. Then another race lap and then caution again, right?
Yeah.
So is there something?
There was like at least 3 cautions in a row.
Yeah.
Without a full green lap.
Yeah, exactly.
There was I could be wrong, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah. What's it called? I think the cautions. I don't know. Maybe they have to. What's it called?
What do you mean? Like, what are you proposing? Like a quick red flag or
So their cars. A lot of them they put the caution because when they crashed, a lot of their cars got stalled. Yeah. So they couldn't start on their own. Right?
I don't know if you were watching, you see all the drivers trying to tell the marshals to come start them up, just give them a push.
Yeah, so they don't fall behind on the lead lap, right? So I think what they need to do, maybe not look at the cautions, but maybe look at getting the cars to get start up quicker, or I don't know how their system works, right? But those cautions, I don't know what could be the fix, right? Who is that?
We should get Paul up on the phone.
Oh, we should, right?
Paul coming to you guys soon on a non-race week.
And maybe we should ask Connor Daly to what he thinks on these cautions.
Guy coming at you soon. Yeah, here on Full Beans. But the thing is, I think this track was too short to where the marshals could get out safely to push the car back and like turn it on or do whatever I had to do, because I think it was not a very long track.
Nah. So I think they have to maybe extend the track like you said to let those guys start up the engines right away, or I don't know. Unless
you do like a lap cars through type of thing, F1 has had.
Yeah, it was just tough because every like you said, there was 3 cautions in a row. You didn't get to see any real racing, right? Besides those few dive bombs that everybody did, and yeah, I think it's just something to reconsider, because I feel like on other tracks you still see a lot of more cautions than like say for example F1 where they bring out the safety car, or maybe they need to bring out a virtual caution. I don't know. They don't have that in IndyCar. No, they just have a full course.
Yeah, they don't. Caution.
Just to slow down the cars,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, obviously the safety of the marshals and the safety of everyone on track, obviously that's like first and foremost. So that's probably the biggest issue, right? Is making sure you're keeping everyone safe. You're not having marshals on track too often and like in areas that like, because that's an issue, right? If that spot right there, if a driver for whatever reason on that turn 3 doesn't see that it's a yellow, he's kind of late to the party on that yellow, and the marshal's out there, he dive bombs himself. Mm-hmm. You could easily be taking out a marshal, and they're not in the car. Like obviously you don't want them crashing to each other, but at least they have like the safety cell. They got everything built around them to withhold that. Marshall just get
smashed into smithereens.
Yeah, so that's probably not what they want.
Yeah. Another thing that the racers didn't want this weekend was the unannounced rain that came out of nowhere, was not on the forecast, was not on the path. I don't know who told this rain to crash the party, but it showed up and it
I like
ruined.
the rain. I like the rain.
It ruined a few drivers' races and it helped a few drivers' races, right? A lot of unpredictability. People were staying out. People were going in. Whether we should stay out and get stay out on the slicks.
There was
or
people
not.
that came in, changed for like a lap. They came back in.
Yeah, for the
changed
wets.
back to slicks from wets.
I don't think I've ever seen a race with the IndyCar drivers drive in the wet, dude, with the wet tires. So that was something new to see. Drivers that it helped was obviously the race winner Scott Dixon, Marcus Ericsson, and the other Marcus Armstrong. Because they were further back on the grid.
Yeah.
And drivers that it hurt were the guy on pole, Colton Herta, ruined his race.
I mean,
he had everything under control, dude.
Yeah, but then he shot himself in the other foot.
He did.
The rain shot him in one foot.
He did.
And he said, "Let me finish the job.
Yeah.
Let me get the other foot." Dive bomb, another dive bomb.
It might have been maybe like he was feeling the pressure, dude. He hasn't won in quite a while.
Yeah, because we saw Pato and Rossi get taken out of the race. Well, of their positions, which were decent, really early.
Yeah, and then first lap.
Yeah, first lap, and then they fight back and they end up having decent races. I mean, not a bad result for either of them.
It was honestly more of a NASCAR race where you just got to be the last man standing.
Yeah.
Stay out of the way, stay out of trouble.
I mean, like Pato said, he was like, his goal was just to survive the race.
Just to survive, exactly.
Yeah, just to survive the race.
And you'll probably end up.
That's a NASCAR. Let me survive the race.
Because it's brutal out there, dude. So another race that I got ruined. Scott McLaughlin, he was running second right behind Herta, looking like he was going to at least give Herta a challenge for that race win. On the rain, loses the car, hits the tire barrier, and ends up to the back of the grid. Newgarden as well, the
hangover, the curse, I guess, hangover continues. There hasn't been someone who has won the Indy 500 in the following event, I think in 20-some years since Helio Castroneves did it, who was at the race today, 2-race contract currently, replacing Tom Blomqvist.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there. I don't know. I don't know if they want to keep the experience of Castroneves.
Yeah.
Interesting to see him there.
Did you see the incident in the pit lane with Newgarden and that
the
tire
crew,
change and stuff? Damn, that shit was crazy, dude.
Close.
It was close.
Close.
Dude. Freaking tire. If you didn't watch it, tire. That was the Front right, yeah. The pit crew member who changed that tire. I don't know if she didn't take off the gun in time or something, but Newgarden left the pit wall with that tire attached, pulled his car right, then almost hits another crew member from the team in front of him.
Yeah, it was
takes him out. So
it was a close call.
It was a close call.
Thankfully, I think
everybody's okay.
Everyone's okay. I think he said he got a cut, and he's like, I ain't stopping. I'm here for the next pit.
Yeah, that's
good to see. Good to see. Glad everyone's okay. Scary call.
Yeah, I
like the penalty for that.
Yeah,
you got a penalty for that. Penalties were handed out like free candy on Halloween today.
Yeah, they were.
There was penalties galore. It was quite a race, to be honest.
Yeah,
quite a race.
It was eventful. Besides the cautions when they were driving on the cautions, but it was an eventful one. We see Scott Dixon again now with what he does best, fuel saving towards the end.
Street course, sensei.
Exactly.
Again with, oh no, I don't have enough fuel. Scott's doesn't flinch.
No problem. I got this covered. What's it called? He sees the opportunity to take the victory. He takes it.
With a risky call by not coming in for the wets.
Yeah, you're right.
I think I don't know if it was luck or his experience, combination of the two.
Yeah.
But just impressive win from him. Yeah. Very impressive.
Something about
he was not being talked about all weekend in terms of like a favorite to win the race.
Nah.
And just gets his head down and gets the job done.
He's been kind of like under the radar ever since Long Beach, but something about his experience that he has now. He's 9 with this race win. He's 9 victories away from tying AJ Fort's record
Foyt.
Record of 67 wins in IndyCar, which AJ is now, he's the he's the driver with the most race wins in IndyCar. So Scott Dixon is now 9 victories away. I think he's gonna catch him. I think he's gonna get him. Maybe not this year.
Oh, eventually. Eventually. I think so.
He doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon, dude. He still looks super competitive, able to
slowing down. He took the championship lead.
Exactly, dude.
You can you're not talking about him, whatever, but slowly but surely, quietly, boom, climbs back to the top of the. Looking for, I think, his seventh IndyCar championship.
Yeah, seventh time, dude. Yeah, exactly like you say. Took the IndyCar championship lead, which is crazy.
Like a rocket straight to the top. This guy.
But he's a silent rocket, though.
Dude, he's so quiet.
So silent.
He's like a fart.
Yeah.
Silent but deadly.
There you go, dude. What's it called? Something with Scott Dixon winning now. I ask myself, what's it called? With 9 victories from the all-time winning IndyCar race wins, is he one of the GOATs in IndyCar?
100%. I don't even think it's a question.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a question. He's been in the sport so long. He's been in the series so long.
Yeah.
6-time champion, looking currently on pace to 7-time champion.
I think his very first championship was in 2003, dude. Can you believe that? What were you doing in 2003?
Well, I was 8. So
you were in your you playing the playground tetherball?
I was a late bloomer, so I was still, on the getting potty trained and stuff.
Oh, damn, dude. Well,
No,
at least good thing you got it down now, though.
Kind of.
What's it called? Yeah, good to see Scott. What's it called up there? He gave a lot of props to the team, which is cool to see. I mean, I think he's a cool dude. He praises his team. He drives what's it called? He drives his own race. So
perfectly put. Drives his own race. This guy does not care about anything else that's going on with anyone else. He just goes, I'm going to drive my race, and if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. What a way to race, I feel like you can't be upset at the end of a race if you were like, hey, you know what? I drove my race. I drove the best that I could, and I finished in 4th today, and that was that's the best it was going to be.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I think it comes with the years of experience that he has.
Mm-hmm. What's it called? Something about in this Detroit Grand Prix that we have been, I don't want to say a bad word, but we've been complaining a lot about. I think that IndyCar has stepped up. Was they finally had a proper podium on top. What's it called? With did
look better
right in front of the buildings. The trophy was the buildings in the back. It looked really cool. I don't think they showed it on TV, which is such a shame.
Now we gotta be complaining to Peacock.
We do.
Come on, Peacock.
Show that, dude. This is what little kids, racing fans out there want to see, that podium up there. So good to see that Detroit really cared about that. Not sure who brought that up, but good job for him.
They must be listening to Full Beans.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So that's everything I have for the Detroit Grand Prix. David, Frankie, anything else?
Quite impressive race from Theo Chairs.
Oh, yeah.
Teddy Chairs,
as Connor Daly calls him.
If you noticed, he had issues with, I don't remember exactly what happened to the car, but he's driving like this, unaligned. He needed an alignment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was driving like his straightaways were like at a 30-degree angle.
Yeah.
And so obviously he's having to compensate. It was really impressive. They were showing some his camera, and you could see down the straightaways he's at a 30-degree angle.
Uh-huh.
I don't think something you see too often. I think something you see less in F1. They're more delicate, the cars in F1.
Talking about delicate, man. These Indy cars are now showing how rough and tough they are, dude. How durable they are.
Yeah, they're rugged, these things.
Dude.
The dive bombs, you were saying. The dive bombs and then going into the barrier, and all they need is push me out.
Exactly. And the car didn't look like it was missing anything. It looked good, dude. It was able to handle that. So
yeah, which, makes for great racing.
It does, right?
Makes for great racing. Additionally, it's like, okay, I'm not so scared of going elbow to elbow, get my elbows out, wheel to wheel. You know, you're not scared of the argy bargy bumping and grinding there. It makes for great racing.
It makes exactly. It makes great races. You're able to take a little bit more risk because car is not gonna freaking gust of wind and the freaking wings gonna fall off like an F1 car, right? So
Roman Grosjean being dude, my heart
What
goes
was
out
that?
to Roman. I just feel so bad for him. He gets taken out by no fault of his own.
Oh yeah, that was
and
tough.
it just continued to pour for the guy. And I don't know,
it was a frustrating.
Is he gonna get another win in his racing career, dude?
And has he ever gotten a win from IndyCar?
I don't think he's got an IndyCar win. No,
man,
I'm pretty sure he does not have an IndyCar win.
What a shame, dude.
I hope like he hasn't won since like 2008 or something. I don't know.
I hope he does get a win soon. I mean, coming from that big crash that he had, obviously you can see from David's hat,
the Phoenix.
We know that where that came from, and
one of the scariest moments I've ever seen while watching racing.
Live racing
that I've seen live.
Yeah. What's it called? I hope he gets a win, dude, because he came into Indy hot. You know, it looked like he was gonna be a contender for a champion. He was a contender for a championship.
He was this year. He was coming in as a favorite, maybe not the favorite. I mean, Palou obviously being the favorite.
He was possibly gonna be a dark horse, you know, in the championship, but it's been rough, dude.
Where did Palou finish? Speaking about Palou,
Palou, he got
16th, which is still impressive by the hit and the block that he received.
Yeah, the block.
But last year his worst finish was 8th place, I think. This year being 16th, is that how much is that going to impact his championship hopes?
I don't know. I mean,
what did he drop to, Frankie?
I think he dropped to 2nd, so it's not too bad.
Okay, 2nd.
So maybe he just needs a weekend going into the Road Course of America next week. He gets an okay result, I think then he's back in it, right? As long as he doesn't get another 12th, I think he's good. But honestly, I really don't see Palou losing any confidence, any sleep, especially with like the race that happened, the unpredictability, the dive bombs, the tires not working, all that. So I think he'll be back to his...
impressively in 6th in the championship right now. Kyle Kirkwood, I don't feel like you hear too much about him.
Oh, you know what? Something we missed out? Sorry about. You're going to continue about Kyle Kirkwood?
No, just quick mention and shout out to Kyle Kirkwood. Hey, Kyle.
There you go. Kyle, we want to have you here on Full Beans.
Thank you.
What's it called? We were talking about this whole thing about the Motor City and it being the Chevrolet Grand Prix.
I was going to get there.
Oh, you were? All right, go ahead. I don't want to steal your thunder.
Frankie, roll up to the top of the results.
Oh, there you go, dude.
Being the Chevy Grand Prix, the home city to the results, Frankie, not the.
Come on, Frankie. I'm just kidding, dude. You love Frankie.
We have the top 3. What does Kyle Kirkwood drive?
Yeah, he's Andretti. And they're Honda.
Yep. So, not even on the top 4 teams do we get a Chevy. Honda.
Oh, that must sting to Chevy, dude. Especially
right to the heart. Hometown, 4 places. Mm-hmm. Not even not a single Chevy in sight of the podium.
And it was looking like Honda was being unreliable from the Indy 500. What was going on with Honda?
They came back. They came back with a vengeance.
Especially the guy who said, gentlemen, start your engines, was the Chevy CEO or something like that. I think he was
she.
Was she? She, my bad. I'm sorry.
She was a she. Well, who we assume is a she.
Yeah.
I don't want to assume anything nowadays.
No. Besides that, it sucks. Like you said, right to the freaking heart, dude.
Yeah, it was hurt, dude. Oh, dude, not even on the podium. We got 2 Kiwis. What is Ericsson?
Swedish.
Mm-hmm. Not an American on the podium. Not an American engine on the podium. Must hurt for the Motown Motor City. Jeez.
And I guess on that sad bombshell,
I don't know. Frankie, got anything to say?
Frankie,
and it was a crazy race. It was very exciting. I'm hoping the next one is even crazier.
Yeah.
And on that bit of
Foreshadowing.
just a intelligent take from Frankie.
Yeah, look at Frankie's shirt, dude. The artistic
know
man.
if you
I
can
don't know
see
if
it.
you can see it, dude, but
You know what I can see over there? Nice little peach over there.
oh yeah.
It's Frankie's favorite thing to look at.
Which next week you'll see another new peach getting unveiled
On the F1.
on the F1. What's it called? Video. That's gonna be Full Beans signing out.
See you. Good?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you're good.
I thought David was going to come up here and slap me.